Hello, welcome to the first New York session live of Market Core, and let's just switch into the charts. What's happening? Yes, gold has moved dramatically, close to around 380 pips. That was quite impulse, and we are looking forward to see if we have any retracement and how do you mark the retracement. Let's just take it forward from the top, do our basics, and then come back to where gold is going to go. Right, this was the previous day high. Let me just mark that again. This is the previous day high, and my previous day low was somewhere close to around this level, previous day low. So what happened was we were expecting the price to sort of give a pullback on the downside, but however we have an impulse move from the POC level itself. Ideally we would want to see a retracement, as I mentioned earlier in the analysis in the group. If at all I want to be selling gold, that's going to be between 4284 and 4334. That's my ideal level of selling gold. But however, this particular move gave me, because especially this 1 hour candle, 2 hour candle had closed below the previous day low, but it failed to close underneath the last wick, which is why we are here, which is why we missed the trade of the long, and we had a couple of losses in the morning in our challenge group, where we were not able to sort of have the right entry. But however, this is the New York session live, and we are going to see where we are going to take this particular trade. Is it going to be upside? It's going to be downside? Is it going to be having a correction or not having a correction? So where's the POC? Let's go back, analyze the POC. Right now gold is ideally technically in range bound. It's between 4200 and 4128. This is the range of gold which has been, the gold has been being inside since the last couple of days, and we want to see a retracement. Remember, always if whenever there is an impulse entry, there has to be a correction. Now how good the correction or how bad the correction is going to happen, we don't know. Now let's look at this move, the POC from here, because this was the last low and this is the last overall range of the candle. And when I'm looking forward for it, I have to find out where exactly the POC level is. Hello everybody. Now we are close to around, just finding out why is it not reloading. Let's reload the charts once again and see if we are having to see any good amount of retracement here. Okay, the chart is loaded and my volume profile is not been working, so I have to look for the volume profile once again. So yes, we had the previous day low support being formed, the new green candle formed, and then the price pushed up. So we are looking somewhere around to have a good amount of retracement back again downstairs. Let's see where we are, and if I give a POC from here to here for this range. So ideally, if the price comes back below 4154, we can look for shorting once again. But since the price has already moved up, let's stick to our bias of bullish until the price reaches our sell zone. So this is very important for us. So where we enter, where we exit is very important. Let's switch over to a lower time frame of 15 minutes and see where how the price action is behaving. So according to the price action, this was, everybody knows what this is. This is a double top pattern which came down, formed, swept liquidity of the previous day low, price came back again. But the reason why I'm still bearish or not looking for a buy on a long term basis is because there are no bottom wicks on these 15-minute candles. When you see, there is absolutely no bottom wick here, no bottom wick here, no bottom wick, no bottom wick. So ideally there's a tons of liquidity present at the bottom. The previous day low liquidity is still not convincing enough for me to look for buys, but however, if we are able to capture maybe sort of 40-50 pips move, then it's a good scenario. So let's just take this. This will be the ideal level if I have to go longs, and let's see if the price comes back down. Meanwhile, let's go back, analyze other charts. Ethereum also gave a bullish move. Silver is moving up, going up once again. USD JPY is falling. NASDAQ is again at the support level, which again will look like, if this fails, is going to go down, and if this sustains, the price is going to push back on the top. But however, if you can see the price action over here, the price action is relatively very simple, that you had a push, pull back, push, pull back, again a push. If this pullback, if this is the last lower high, lower high, then most probably this liquidity level will be taken out. So let's wait if the price is going to come back down for NASDAQ. So what is happening with GBP, JPY, okay, USD, JPY, okay, okay, okay. Now the Euro USD is going up in terms where the price is going to go in. So 15-minute time frame, let's mark our zones. Are you guys comfortable? Drop in a chat saying that you guys want to trade gold or Euro USD. So Euro USD or, okay, let's stick to gold then. I think majority everybody wants to have that quick money being formed, and gold is the only thing which can offer you quick money right now. Let's wait for the price to come back down. My demand zone right now is between 4136 and 4132. Should ideally come back down from here, and these are your zones. Impulse move. What does the FIB say? FIB says, okay, the first level of entry what you can have is if the price comes back anywhere between the discounted zone, good for longs, but I will not be looking for longs from here because there is no bottom wick over here, there is no bottom wick over here. So that's the reason I will not be interested in taking forward for the price to pull back from here. But let's see, 30-minute time frame, what is 30-minute time frame doing? Okay, let's refresh. I'm having a very bad internet connection on our first day of live stream. However, it is what it is. Okay. If we have a candle closure of the 1 hour time frame, sorry, I would not say 1 hour time frame, for a 4 hour time frame, if the candle closes above this, or let's start trading on the 4 hour time frame. Looks pretty interesting to me. So 4 hour time frame is looking pretty interesting. It's this is the level of resistance, a minor resistance over here, and this is the support. So 30 minutes for the 4 hour candle to close. If we are able to see a 4 hour candle closing above the resistance, that's basically over here, and then the next candle wicks down and then breaks the high of 4175, then we can have a complete wick fill till the previous day high. Until then, we will look for the price to come back to the same level. Okay, GBP USD, nothing. All right. I know a lot of you guys are here waiting for a move which we missed from 4128 until 4178. That's a pretty huge move. But however, but even if the 4 hour candle closes over here, you have the next resistance level which is at this spot, which is at 4181, and I am not too confident about the trade. But however, if the momentum continues, we might see the price going up from here. So let's go back to the lower time frame and see how the market is behaving. Okay, this is a 5-minute chart. Let's scalp from here, because ideally scalping will, because 30 minutes more for a 4 hour candle to close. So according to 5-minute time frame, we have your minor resistance over here, and your minor support is formed over here. If the price sort of reacts to come down, come back, come down, come back, if it forms a higher low, and then it tries to break the previous candle, we will look for an entry with a very minimal stop loss, which will help everybody get into the trade. So let's wait for it. So YouTube is your sorry about that. We can have an impulse move of shorting the market while it is long. If this 5-minute candle gives you a break below this level, and where can we exit our trade? Our trade can ideally exit at 4156. I mean, I'm just scalping. This is going to be interesting if we are able to see if the candle breaks below this. Until then, we wait. we wait. It's just trading is a game of patience. You need to be patient enough to be able to having the right move and get the right momentum. 2 times during the day we were impatient enough for the candle to sort of settle down, but then we paid the price for it by taking a couple of losses. But however, we have lost close to around 6% of the total account size, and we are looking forward not to recover this, but having a good move. One entry is good enough. Our risk was 3% per trade, and I'm going to minimize my risk for this trade at 2% because we don't want to have more. We don't want to have. We don't want to blow our account soon. But I know there's a challenge from $500 to $100,000, and I'm sure with couple of losses happening, you're not going to lose money. So that's one trade. One good trade will make it all back for you. So let's just wait for this 5 minutes to break and close below this, and the next candle wicks up. We have this range to be filled. That's close to around 63 pips. So that's good enough. We might even see the price go back down to our previous demand, which is over here. On the flip side, if the candle reverses from here and 4-hour candle is right now at this level and the entire candle is wicked back down and closes below the previous day low and breaks below this level, we can look for shorts too. But 4-hour candle coming back till here is going to take a lot of time, but there is a good move. We have a good wick at the bottom. This is basically, this particular 4-hour candle is called CRT, which is called candle range theory, which means if you have, this is the range, and then there is one bearish candle and there is a doji which has been formed, and the next candle goes back, fills the entire range from here. That's, this particular pattern is called the candle range theory in trading, and this will also help you in terms of how, I mean, you can look at the same method which I've been telling you about candle range theory. If, see, look at this. This was the wick, the entire range from here to here came. This had a bearish move, this rejected again, moved. There was a candle range theory again, a CRT candle. So CRT is one of the good strategies which you can apply in day-to-day life. That is the best price action reversal pattern what you can note, because CRT is quite proven and profitable strategy, and that is because if you don't know how to read your futures chart, you don't know to read your contracts of quad data, this is something which you can actually rely on. So this what happened over here. The reason why I say if the once the doji is broken is where you enter the trade to fill the candle. This is why, because over here again the CRT candle came in, the entire range was still here, but however the next candle again gave you a bullish candle, continued to go up. There is no CRT of reversal over here, which means that the buy momentum is still ongoing, because we have the same pattern repetition, because market is a cycle. The moment you keep seeing the same patterns again and again, and your chances of surviving in the market becomes higher if you keep noting down what are the moves, because your brain is what is something which is going to help you to be able to have that edge in trading, because you are trading with the institutions, and we don't want to be the shark of the ocean. Because be a small fish, drink as much as water you can as possible. If your stomach is full, get out of the market. Don't be greedy. Greed will take you out. Not today. You can be lucky for a day, lucky for a week, lucky for a month, but make sure that your luck will not your the markets will overpower your luck. Okay, the candle is about to close. uh, so should we take, let's go for a shot. Let's go for a shot here, and your stop loss is right above this level, right over here, and let's exit over here. That's basically 1 to 4 trade. So let's see what is happening. Risk is 2%. Stop loss is at 4165.90. So 1 to 2.5 is what I'm aiming at, and my profit at 4156.425. So let's see if we are able to capture this trade. Okay, trade is on. How many of you guys have entered this trade? We should have waited, but it's okay. You've already entered the trade, so it's fine. Just wait. Let the trade go on and see how you are able to capture this 67 pips from your entry. The chart on your MT5 is moving faster than what your chart is moving on the MetaTrader. Okay, stop loss hit. Lesson learned. Let's not be when the trend is up, look for buys, don't look for shorts. But however, let's see. I want this candle to sort of either break down or break above this. There is no trade in between. Now if this candle breaks, if this 5-minute candle breaks below this, then my view still stays intact of this move over here. Let's wait. Okay, I'm selling again. 56. This is the last trade. If this goes, it goes, or we'll wrap up the stream quite fast if this hits stop loss. But however, I'm pretty confident on the trade. My view is been bearish since morning, but this should have that impulse correction going on. So this is where we entered again, and stop loss again above this high. So let's see. Let's see. Trade is running in the profits. The reason why I had entered this trade is very simple, that this move of the candle needs a correction. For any move to go back on top, the price has to sort of correct itself and then go back. But if it has to flip bearish, on the other hand, this might just take us out once again, which means that we have had 4 back-to-back losses for the day, which is not a good start on the live stream. But obviously this is for the educational purpose, because I'm sure a lot of people will start taking revenge trading from here. But let's just stop it if we are getting stopped out. I am still not stopped out. My trade is still on, and we have 1 minute and 13 seconds for the candle to close, and I am looking forward for the momentum to sort of give a short spike towards the downside, because we are forming a good sell side liquidity on the MT5, not on the trading view chart, because the liquidity is on the either side, because you have rejections on top, you have rejection at the bottom. The most likely, if the price has to continue up, has to wick down before it moves up. 39 seconds to go, and let's see if we are going to get stopped out, or we are going to get into being the trade on the profitable side. Let's switch over to a 1 minute time frame and see what is happening. 1 minute time frame is on, and 15-minute candle is closing in the next 10 seconds. 5, 4. Alright, 15-minute candle has started. How does the 15-minute candle look like? Alright, that's it, done for the day. We have officially stopped out for the second time during the live stream, which is okay in my opinion, because a lot of people will think that we have come over here and we have not made money, and why and how is that possible should I follow this guy? You can wait and watch, regardless of price wherever it's going. uh, Views are something which is not in our hands. We look forward to have the right trade, but if it is not working in our favor, we shut the laptop and go back. Even if the price comes back down, I'm not going to take this trade because I am done for the day. I am not going to be trading enough. But obviously, let's look at the other charts. 15-minute time frame. Let's go back to NASDAQ, which I had a bearish view. Now you have to note what is happening over here is you have a lower high and you have a lower low. These are the two things which has to be taken out before it gives you a move. And if this sustains to be the lower high once again, the price can go down. But in order to see if the price has to go back down and go back and fill that liquidity of the 1 hour time frame of this wick fill over here, I need a candle closure of 1 hour below this, so that I know the price can continue moving down. So any more questions you guys have got in terms of what trading has to for this particular live stream? Because after taking 2 back-to-back losses, I will not be trading because that's incorrect decision to stay in the trade for a longer time. So I will go back to the YouTube channel and see if Atul Kumar, okay. Alright, so let's just wrap this stream now. For now, I think we will come back to this tomorrow, and during the New York London session maybe we will be able to do a much better job. See you guys tomorrow.